Hi, good morning, welcome to the Old Geezer's Diary. My name's Chris. It's the 26th, Friday the 26th of July 2019, and I'm down here at the port of Felixstowe. I'm just in the process of filming a ship. I've just had an interesting morning because the ship that I was due to film was showing it was going to leave at 6:30, but now it's leaving at probably nearer 8 o'clock. So I managed to get in a McDonald's sausage and egg breakfast muffin, but I have to tell you I won't have another one of those because I thought it was expensive and a bit of a waste of money. Sad, isn't it? But there you go, you learned the lesson. But I'm down here at the seaside. It's a lovely day. We've had, as you know, I expect 2 or 3 very hot days, but today is forecast to be a bit cooler, and then it's going to be cooler still, normal summer temperatures I guess you'd say, over the weekend, which would be nice for everybody I think, and give people who've been suffering from the heat a bit of a break. One of the things that I do with Shipping TV is that I do quite a lot of chats with people on and off, and want to do more, and recently I had a chat with a young man called Jack Ibbotson, whose plan for life is to go to nautical college and become a deck officer on a cruise ship. I think that's a really grand idea, and I'm hugely impressed with young Jack because I think he's a really nice young man and he's got genuine ambition. But seeing him and talking to him made me think back to past times, I guess you'd say. We also recently talked to and played out some recordings from a man called Peter Bark, who was a skipper of a coaster, or of various coasters, on the East Coast, the English Channel, the North Sea, and further afield. And he's been doing that all his life. He still is at sea. The last I heard a few months ago was that he was on a dredger and working in South America. You can't believe it, can you? What a life. But when Peter was a lad, he sailed on ships all over really UK coastal waters and continental waters, and he was saying the number of seafarers and the number of British registered ships was enormous. We had a huge merchant fleet, and wherever you went you would see ships flying the red duster, the red ensign at the stern, and looking smart. But now you see really cargo ships, hardly any. The big shipping lines sometimes register ships here as a kind of courtesy thing, but mostly they're registered in countries that make it cheap to register a ship there. And I was just thinking about that, and I wonder if you've ever thought about it, because once a year at the proms we sing "Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves." I won't sing to you because it's horrible, but we sing that and we think maybe we still do. We still have a Royal Navy, which is I have to say my favourite service. We still have a Royal Navy that does its best to keep abreast of the world and its activities, but in reality it's a relatively small navy compared to the Yanks, compared to the Russians, and it does its best, and it does its best to protect British shipping and to protect British interests, but in reality it's nothing like the navy we used to have. So there you have it, really. So it's just a set of thoughts that I want to give you to this morning, thinking about ships and shipping, the people who go to sea in ships, and they're close to my heart, and that's one of the things I think about quite a lot because I've got a serious interest in ships and seafarers and stuff like that. But it's another mark of our change, isn't it? When we talk to people, you talk to young people and you say, have you ever thought about going to sea as a career? And they'd say, well, no, because it means you're away all the time. In our present generation of young people, it seems that most of our people want to go to work at 9 o'clock in the morning and come home at 5 o'clock in the evening. I don't blame them for that, but in reality they could go out and have more adventures, and I'm all in favour of adventures. My name's Chris, this is the Old Geezer's Diary. Don't forget that if you like what I do, click on subscribe. If you want to know more about what I do, click on notifications on YouTube, and you'll then get a message every time I put up a new video. You can find me on the YouTube channel, Old Geezer's Diary. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. And I'm always delighted to hear from you. So if you've got something you want to say to me, something you want me to look at, a point that you don't agree with, I'd love to hear from you. Get in touch. I'm Chris. I'll see you soon.